Hello, hola, bonjour. Welcome to Your Story Matter podcast. I'm your host, Angie Olivo, and we are here to inspire sustainability and change by creating with purpose. Hello, everyone. I hope you're having a great lunar new year, and we are in the days of Aquarius as well, and I hope you're taking time for yourself and for doing what things right, and using this beautiful energy, rebellious, courageous, and but also forgiving yourself for things that no longer serve you, or things that you're letting go of, or just things that you are realizing now they're not good for you, for your mental well-being, for your health, and just be proud of your growth or where you're at right now in this moment. I'll be releasing a small card reading video today on YouTube, so go ahead. It's on Angie blog. You can go ahead and also subscribe, and leave me in the comments if there's anything that you would like to understand, or also you can, if you'd like to have more deeper reading, and for example, anything that is happening right now in your ecosystem, in your life, and you would like some guidance, I am here, I am available. Other than that, thank you for listening to this podcast. Today, we're going to talk about that without accountability, there is no unity. And also, in terms of inequality. And at the end, I have a very special guest. And we are talking about relationship. Exactly, very soon. Valentine's Day is coming, is this weekend. And we just wanted to have real talk with you, and whoever needs to hear this messages and stuff. If you're struggling with relationship and stuff like that, you're not alone. All right. So today I'm mixing it up a little bit, talking about, but at the end it will be me and my best friend. And I hope you enjoy it. So let's dive in. All right, so in terms of talking about unity, and because this is the year of that, of unifying and liberation, and working together, collaborating, and being anti-capitalist, anti-racist, and abolishing all these disgusting systems. But the thing is, what I keep saying, it cannot happen if we have that internalized within ourselves. What I'm saying is this, that I'm seeing a lot on social media of very comfortable with their white privilege. And that's another thing too. I'm saying this to my white people. It does not mean that you're not racist if you have black friends. Okay? Like, we're talking about that you use that white privilege, use your platform, use your ecosystem to help those in need, especially your friends, especially if you consider you have black friends, you have indigenous friends. Yes, I'm not saying that by you, like, oh no, I'm not racist because I have indigenous friends, because I have black friends, because I have Arab friends. No, that's not what we're saying. The thing is, internalize though. If you're not using your own ecosystem, your world, because it doesn't affect you, or because your business doesn't align with your business, or it doesn't align with your brand to defend the people that you consider your friends, then you are racist. Yeah, let that sink in. Just because you have people of color, BIPOC communities in your and you're not even doing something to help them, that makes you complicit to capitalism system. Do you see why it's internalized? Also, white supremacy. It's so internalized that you can be the nicest white person in the world. You can be so nice. You can do all these things. But if you're not using your voice and your privilege to help your friends, you're contributing to capitalism. You're contributing to this bullshit. Also,
All of these other white people who are like, oh, police defend you. And I'm like, I hear all the time people saying, no, tell your children that the police, they help our children. I'm sorry, I don't know who taught you this, but I just wanted to say, because there are some also white people who have encountered atrocities with police people, and I'm just gonna let you leave it on for you. Have they helped you? They have? Good for you, because of your skin. Tell that to other people who don't have that privilege. That's what we're saying. Stop telling, especially white people, stop telling people of color, especially recommending the parents of color to tell their children that said, oh, if you're in trouble, go ask the police, call the police. You're contributing to this madness. Stop doing that. Don't tell people of color to know, because as you know, and you're seeing throughout this year and many years now, this has just happened not just because of George Floyd. No, this has been happening for many times. It's just racism needed to be filmed for all of y'all to wake up and to see it. And some of y'all decide, oh, we're awake, but we don't really care. That's ignorance and prejudice. And that's what we're asking you to please educate yourself, to internalize, and just like all of us are doing, because I know I have some privilege, right? Like my skin, it's a bit lighter, but I'm still a black girl. I'm still a Latina, Dominicana. And I know I have that in me. And because of that, I decided, no, I'm going to use what I can to help my people, because that's what we all should be doing. Especially another thing that I see on social media, and I think it's not right to do this, because not only they can defend themselves, they're not on social media, they don't have that privilege to have internet to defend themselves, right? Homeless people, kids or people with disability, parents or co-worker, or people who are caregiving for disability people, they don't have time, right? They're dealing with other things that we are possibly can't even understand, but they're doing it. They're helping other people. They're doing what they got to do. Now, those who are going on social media shaming homeless people because they're homeless, how dare you? How dare you? Put yourself in their situation and come back to me and come back to social media and say and read what you just read, what you just wrote. There's so many privileged and prejudiced kids, younger and disgusting, uneducated, lack of everything on social media right now, comfortable at home, mommy and daddy pay everything for me, and saying how homeless people deserve what they have. What's wrong with you? Homelessness is literally the definition of what capitalism is, what it should not be. It shouldn't be. There shouldn't be homeless people. There shouldn't be people working with mental illness right now, but they still do. And if they don't, hey, you end up homeless. That's it. That's really it. If you don't conform to this box that capitalism have put, this is why single parents don't fit. This is why this is why inequality is embraced by capitalism, and why women are the most suffering right now, especially women of color. I'm not talking about women, because there's a lot of white women right now who are getting very well, who are doing very well. I'm talking about women of color with no jobs right now, who are still looking for a job and not having find anything. And also this society, this capitalism society, benefits women of non-color then. So the inequality is completely visual and interface. But for those who don't benefit from inequality, right? Those who do, don't see it that way. They don't see it. It's complete, oh, we can ignore it. It's not our problem. It's a huge privilege. Again, rooted from capitalism. And this is why we keep saying we need to all be anti-capitalist, anti-racist, abolish fucking police. Like, what's their purpose again? Oh, right, enforce more the capitalist system and actually fine right now. In Quebec right now, police are giving fine to homeless people. That tells you everything you need to know. Also, No, they know. This is why the curfew here, it's kind of fucked up, because from 8 p.m. to 5 a.m., the curfew, it's basically target for people of color, because most of people of color here in Quebec, immigrants, essential workers, are working at night. So they are finding people based on they are knowing that they are working at night. So the cops are finding people who can literally survive, who are trying to survive. Oh, no, now here's a $6,000 fine. Another thing, this is a normal thing here, to fine and give fine to people of color. And really fucked up shit. Like, it's just a normal thing here in Quebec. And this is what I'm saying is that just as that rotten apple was taken away in the US, we need to take away another 3 rotten apples here. It's called Legault, Mr. Legault, Valérie Plante, and this other person, I don't even know. I don't care about their names. They're just disgusting. And these 3 people need to go. They need to go. Like, literally need to go. Their actions and behavior are, like, violent. And honestly, they don't, it's just a phase, and it's just propaganda and publicity that these people are like, yeah, they don't care. They don't care about the people. They don't care about anybody. They care about themselves and their money and making money for their own people. That's it. Everyone else, fuck you. That's really it. So when we're talking about unity and uniting with each other, this is what needs to come forward, is that everyone, even those who are benefiting from inequality, should help those in need right now. You should help the voiceless, people who can't voice or have the privilege to do what you can do, don't have the opportunities or have access to companies or corporations right from the, like, just do what you got to do. That's all we're asking you to do. That's really it. Silence and ignorance, it's not good right now. And even if your brand or business, it doesn't align with no, it doesn't matter. Every business, every person should be aligned right now with people of color, with people who are voiceless right now, homeless people. That's what you should be doing. Oh, no, more profit, more money, more money, more money. When is it enough for you? When is it enough for you? Like, can you learn from these wealthy billionaires? They just never enough for them. It's never enough for them. And it's not okay. They are embracing capitalism because they love that. It gives them money, right? Well, that's what we need to start. That's where. We want climate change. We want different environment. We want a better ecosystem for ourselves and for this planet. Yeah, it starts with them. And us internally. Especially people who benefit from inequality. Educate yourself. Please. It's violent to stay silent. That's all I'm going to say about that. Now, let's move on to a happier mode and I'm not embracing this toxic positivity too. Like, I feel like I'm giving my energy and my all to that specific thing for so long now that I'm not moving on. I'm just, in a way, trying to find solutions because I'm tired of speaking and saying the same thing. And I feel like I'm just hitting a wall and nobody's really doing or listening. And I'm just going to keep going with finding solutions instead of like pointing fingers and because it's not, I want to be proactive instead of reactive. And that's something that I heard recently, and I kind of continue doing that. Proactive instead of reactive, because now reacting and it's just not going, we need to find solutions. We need solutions now. We need to know what exactly we need to be doing. What is going on with the vaccine right now, where they're messing up the study here in the city. How can we fix this? How can we create a space where people can understand that taking the vaccine can actually help save them lives? But then that too, now they also have compromised the vaccine. So now who can we count on? Who can we rely on this thing? Ourselves. We know what we need to be doing. We know that we have to eat healthy, that when we're at home, we have to continue exercising, that we have to wash our hands, that we have to keep our distance. Like, We know the basic of the things. And I know these are like, oh, but we're repeating so much. We know what we got to do. But the thing is, I feel that humans need to be repeatedly told these things so they can actually end up naturally doing it. In the meantime, while we actually wait for the right vaccine that should be modified and fixed. That's all I'm going to say. Other than that, let's create a space where we can still do social justice, but also work on creating or doing creativity through adversity, or doing things good for our mental well-being, things that enhance our mentality and our well-being, while we also deal with social justice, while we also try to get social justice, right? Because without social justice, there's no environmental justice. It's just very simple. There needs to be that first, and then we can work on environment and working on our sustainability and creating more sustainable ecosystems for ourselves. But without social justice, without justice, there is no peace, and there is no peace for nobody. Whoever is having like, oh, everything is no. If a woman is having a difficulty, it matters to you too. If a dude, a guy, anybody of color is having that matters to you too. It's not just, this is where we need to cut that off. That mentality. Oh, it doesn't affect me. It's not my problem. It is your problem. Every single person that is going through something in this planet, it is our problem. It is all of us our problem. It's so comfortable and easy not to think that way, right? There you go. That's capitalism for you. That's white supremacy. That's racism for you. Do you understand now? We all have this. We all need to work on this. Because everything that's happening on this freaking beautiful planet, and the people living on it, and animals and everything, it matters to all of us, not just some of us. Okay?
All right. If you haven't heard about Anchor, it's the easiest way to make a podcast. Let me explain. It's free. There's a creation tool that allows you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. Anchor will distribute your podcast for you so you can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many more. You can make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. It's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. So download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. And have fun with it. Let's do this.
Anyways.
There.
Yeah. Here you go.
Let's continue. We're talking about relationship. And, okay, one thing that you say. You go.
Anyways, we were saying earlier that, like, yeah, I was saying, like,
for the first date, people should be themselves, not portray someone else. So people, when you're already in the relationship, you don't feel like betrayed, kind of, because they weren't real the first time you had your first dates, right?
Yeah. But also, I want to add that I think me as a person, I will be myself. It depends on the connection with the person, first of all. We did have a nice connection. That's the thing. Yeah. That is the fact why it all started. You know what I mean? Because honestly, if there's no connection to a person, I am not able to go further. Because I know my interests are limited there with this person, and
so you
I just don't feel like we have, you know, the same things. That I don't feel that he sees what I can see, that he understands really, you know. It's different with people. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I feel like once you're your true self, the first date you ever meet this person, Like, we've been talking for a while too, you know, like, that's what's nice. And it was very nice because it was virtual, and I hate virtual.
Yeah.
Not hate, I very, very dislike, okay?
So how do you think now people are doing during our pandemic, trying to get into a relationship or trying to connect with the other person? Or now that we're learning about spirituality now, right? Like, we're knowing certain things of the being and the, you know, learning this thing. So I don't know. I haven't tried the ritual. Have you tried? Like, I don't know. It's just, I find it so, I don't know. It's different. I think it's different because when you're in person, you feel some kind of everything, right? You feel this attraction, like, you feel the
it's literally the
look,
key. It's the key.
Yeah, so this is,
I need to look to the person in the
yeah.
eyes. I need him to look in me in the
Yeah.
eyes. You know what I mean?
Yes. So you can actually see if this works or not.
Yeah,
of course.
you hear the voice, you hear the intonation of
Yeah.
the person saying things, the way they think, really, their gestures. I love watching that. I'm so observant.
Like, that too. That's one thing that when I'm watching a movie and I see that, like, that first day or the first few days that the couple meet, and that moment when the men or the girl look at each other in the scene, and there's always that shot where their connection is
I'm
so
feeling energy here right now.
Their connection is so vibrant, right? So it's so, like, they look at each other, it's like they know that.
No, I literally feel
what? What do you feel?
there is something else with us right here.
So we're in my house right now.
Switch to spirituality right now. Sorry, guys, no more romantic talk. No, I'm kidding. We're gonna keep going. But I do feel a lot of heat in the room. You guys have no idea. I feel amazing.
Yeah. So we might maybe do a card reading while we're here. Who knows? Because what I was thinking,
actually, that's probably what's calling.
Maybe. Because I feel the ring. But anyways, we're talking about relationship. Maybe the cards are trying to tell us that we should say a card read for someone during a relationship right now that needs some help. Or someone who's dealing with some kind of, like, trouble or feeling lonely during this time because they can't find a partner through, I don't know, all these apps now that is just impossible. And, like, have you tried any of the apps?
Yes. And I wouldn't go back.
Yeah, I wouldn't either. Yeah, that was a horrible experience. And I feel bad for those who are... Hey, I congratulate everybody else who has found a couple, got married, congrats.
Seriously, congrats.
But not everybody has that chance, that lucky chance.
No, and it doesn't connect to everybody the same way, and not everybody.
And it's okay. It's totally fine. Okay,
for
sure, I'm sure that people who are doing our pandemic right now, dealing with lockdown and finances and all this shit happening. We're with you. Okay, you're not
Definitely.
alone. So
much love, guys.
That's it. Okay.
Just keep positive.
Yes, keep the good positivity. Just like we've been trying. It's a lot of work, but you can do this. Okay, stay here.
Yes.
Conscious.
Yes.
Spiritual.
Yes.
Coño. Vamos. Okay. See, I feel all the spirits, my mom, everyone around, you know? Stay here. Stay conscious. That too. Keep the negativity out. Keep it out of your life. Amen. Anybody around you trying to bring you down, you know what to do. Unfollow, unlock, block people. Like, everyone is different now. Right? Like, exactly. No. Keep it... inner peace, keep your love, keep the good people vibes, and that's it. Like, try to do that. I know it's harder in our pandemic and dealing with, like, horrible politicians and leaders and all these things, and you gotta look at the news but not really, and it's horrible now for your mental health. Facebook is horrible for our mental health. Like, realizing that now. It's just insane. But that too, we don't have to follow the rat. We don't have to follow the same insanity, right? So I don't know. That's why we decided to talk about relationship and just now. What I wanted to do is there is no unity without accountability. So I've been thinking about, like, in terms of uniting, like, how do people... You were just saying before, remember you were talking about how you're trying to, like, you're learning about accountability, like how being accountable to yourself is actually, it's how you can be accountable to others. So that's what I was saying, like, oh wow, like, there you go. So exactly. When you have the accountability with yourself, when you accept certain things and you're okay with, like, what's going on, then you can start forming that unity, because we're humans, right? Yes. Humans need that connection, that unity, right? So it's always going to be unavoidable.
We need to always experience. We are always looking for this new thing, new connection to feel and to connect with. Yeah. Whatever it is, like, every day, you know, like, I wasn't like that before, but now I am way more responsible on my things.
But it's a process.
I was more like into blah blah, la vie en rose, you know what I mean? Yeah. Very much, maybe, but I mean, we always have this experiences here and there that always, you know, click things and make us more conscious about different things and have a different vision, and just, like, I'm just having a blank now. I'm going somewhere else. Sorry.
Cool.
Like, I literally had a blank. I'm like, where am I?
What happened? Where have I been? How did I get here?
Oh my gosh.
I find that, like, that's spirituality a little bit. That you go to this deep abyss, right? You go to this deep, dark place, and you try to dismantle and take away all your... That's ego too. Like, you try to dismantle and, like, see, okay, how do I, you know? And then you go back up, and then it goes back down. But it's a like, you know,
it goes back down because you don't have the strong consistency yet, because it's not easy to be consistent, you know?
Yeah, it's a working process.
But everything is possible. Nothing is impossible. You just need to keep your mind open and just open to yourself too. You might discover things you never knew that you would love
to be or have.
Whatever it is. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's just that we stay comfortable. We like to stay in the comfortable,
to what we're used to.
It feels good, and it's the usual. But right now, everything is demanding of each 7.8 billion humans, and the more to come, the more babies that came during a pandemic, right?
Oh my God, we're going somewhere else now.
We're talking about relationships.
Let's go back to relationships. I like that.
Okay, but I just wanted to leave it. The fact is that accountability needs to happen in order for unity to occur.
Yeah.
And that starts within us. That's it. Okay,
exactly. Definitely.
Relationship. Okay, so we're talking about breakups, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Oh God, breakups.
Breakups.
How do you feel about that?
I mean, now at this moment in my life, I feel good. I don't feel as bad as I used to do or to be before, when I was less conscious about many things, and especially about myself. I was very unconscious about myself.
Yeah.
Once I learned really who I am and connected with myself even deeper, and I just figured out things were between me and myself, and I know what I want. I know what I want, what I don't want right now.
Yeah.
I know what I like. I know what I don't like. So it's so much easier for the spirit this way.
Yeah, it's growth.
Because even for your mind, you're not as stressed. You know, you're like just. It's not easy to be conscious too about everything all the time.
Yeah, it's a working
I am not
process.
I'm not 100% yet either, but
yep. And I think
I'm getting there. I want to be there. That's for sure.
Exactly.
You know, there's so much I want to experience, girl.
Yeah. called living.
Yes, but anyway, breakups, like, I think you need to, when it comes to a breakup, you need to kind of, I know it's very emotional and sentimental, but you need to be there more with your mind, not your heart, you know, not your, for sure you're gonna feel, but at least you can, but you know what I'm talking about, right?
Yes.
You understand, right? Like, you see, I'm really like, I'm in many places.
It happens. It's life.
And I did an intense workout. My
Yeah,
muscles are a little bit stiff, but I feel good.
Yeah.
But
That
at the
too.
same time,
Work out every day, man. I don't know what you're doing. Whatever you're doing, at least 20 minutes a day. That will help your mind. Okay? Cool. I'm just saying, man. Just going through this thing and spirituality, when you start doing meditation and yoga and start consistently and working on your mind and your habits and you're working on constantly and what you need to be doing, you need that habit. A good exercise habit, a good meditation habit, a good yoga habit,
a good discipline,
good reading your habit. Reading is good for you, man.
Reading, dancing, I miss
men and women,
dancing.
you know. I don't want to exclude anybody.
Of course.
But reading is good. It keeps your mind and keeps you informed, and I don't know, just that too. Less news
Keeps you
Jesus.
thinking.
Like these media now,
Keeps you wanting
they're
to
like
learn and dig
and dig around, like, you know.
I never finished talking about my breakup.
Yep. No. There you go. Let's go back to that.
It's always going and coming back. It's like, can you stop thinking like about that? Why are you opening this subject right now? What the heck? Why are you opening this subject right now? What the heck? I'm already gone. Why are you pulling me back?
Do you think I can build a show here?
A show? Definitely. And
like if I set up my camera.
like, what do you want to do? Yeah?
Yeah, like I can buy people to come.
Oh my gosh, definitely.
You think
That would be awesome. Are you kidding me? And wait until we fix.
And they'll be like, "You gonna read our cards in the show?" Yes, I will read your card in the house in the show.
That would be amazing.
Or do yoga, or I don't know, something. I want to have a show.
Coronavirus is over very soon. This is okay.
Yeah, you think? Okay.
Yeah, that's fine. Here, if you want.
Yes. All right, breakup. Dámelo, mija. Dámelo.
How about you?
Ay, coño.
We'll go back and forth for sure.
Oh man.
Like how I wasn't here when it ended, so I'm sorry I missed that time to be beside you, girl. I wish I could go back in time.
It's okay. I grew.
Yeah, we grow, huh?
We grew. Yes.
We grow, but we have to grow we need to choose in a good way.
And that's the path that I'm doing now. That's why I decided to do this podcast. I decided to do reading cards to help people. I decided to launch my business soon, like literally soon, really soon. Oh
my God, yes!
And
so
I hope everybody likes it. It's all designed by me and all the designers and other people that I'm gonna invite. We're gonna collaborate and create this equity, and we're gonna try. Because we're gonna make a lot of mistakes. I don't know, you know.
But that's how you learn.
I know, and that's why I want to try. I want to see Misha, because we were talking about breakup, right? We were talking about relationships, just to end that, and then I'm gonna go into the reading part. Okay. So, what we were saying about breakup.
So, in the end, at this point in my life, seriously, my last breakup, I took it. How to say, I took it well because I thought very well before speaking, and also I really listened to the person, as in really hearing them. I was hearing them emotionally, everything, like what, like. You know, sometimes people, they say things they don't mean. It's the ego talking, and they do realize that afterwards, and they really feel certain way, that's for sure.
It's
I
a human,
believe that.
right? We're
Exactly.
humans, and we're always gonna have the ego. That's why we have to learn how to check it, like keep it in check.
Mm-hmm. But a moment, you know that you didn't like that, you want to be better or do better, and just like be better to yourself first, so you can take situations and all kind of experiences in your path well too, you know. And I mean, I grew up a lot from my past experiences too, and it was a hard time at a moment, but with time I learned to forgive. Once I forgave,
Here you go. Yes.
I learned to know.
Yes.
I learned to get to know myself
Exactly.
more deeply and more intimately and more, personally and more spiritually and everything. I learned so many things about me, and I realized things, and it's so nice. It's such a beautiful feeling,
Yes.
Like you feel confident, you feel beautiful, you feel amazing, you feel capable of anything and everything,
Yep.
And that's really nice. And the more that I went through things and the more that I learned from it, the more I also learned to act more like how I really want. So it is sad. It's always, you're always sad after a breakup. That's for sure. It's gonna touch you. There was an attachment. There was a connection somehow. It's normal, but at the same time, like, it gets you stronger.
Yes. That's
and
what
it gets you like
you become
more mature of many things,
and
and you just see things differently, and you want to have them the way that you would like now. So that's it. You stand up for yourself now, even though there's always gonna be bad things and hurtful things happening around you, around us, all of us. And
because there are choices, so
it's up to you to know how you want to treat yourself and how you want to live your day, live your life, everything.
Yep.
You really self-love is
everything
very important.
Yes.
And really, I am sure,
and that's when you have to speed it up.
Everybody can connect to themselves and like love themselves deeply, infinitely. It's so good. It feels good.
Yes.
You just need to choose that.
Choose you.
But
Focus
it doesn't happen without efforts, for sure.
Yep.
But
that is so true.
It does happen. So anyway. We can talk about a lot more.
A lot more.
We'll do different episodes, that's for sure.
Okay, so I would say, as an advice for breakup, is that communication is still key if you want to end relationship in good terms. I'm not saying that not all relationships are supposed to end in good terms, because some relationships are fucked up, don't go back to really not violent or abusive or anything like that relationship. You're better than that. Treat your body, treat yourself better, okay? I'm telling you, but I'm telling myself this too.
Yes.
Okay? Yeah. So.
Indeed.
But there's other ways to end relationship which is better communication, better understanding each other, forgive yourself, have compassion with each other, and because that for sure it means that you're growing in a different direction, and that's something that you gotta grieve, that you gotta heal that, right?
Exactly.
And then
And now the society is like, oh, you had to rush everything, right? Everything had to be rushed. Like, it's harder to actually take a step back and realize, like, oh man, I have to heal this pain. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So that's something that I would recommend, is that going through your breakup, really take your time. And then don't need to end things like negative. If you have a possible way to not end it too negative, then try. But if not, then it has to end like really crazy. The person is psycho and doesn't get it. Then it's okay to just really block and walk away. Block or just walk away. I don't know. Just cut the cord, right? Cut the cord.
Oh, you don't have to do that if you don't feel that it's natural to you. Exactly. You do whatever you feel.
Exactly.
Even if you want to be super polite and still positive about what you say and wishing them great things and not replying back on the negative things they say.
Yeah.
That is very wise, my friends. And it's going to make you feel
much better.
Much better.
All right. Okay, so I think that's it for that. That's what I wanted to say, is that focus on you after that, and for those who are looking for a date and stuff on like during a war pandemic, we get it. It's hard. It's okay if you're not into apps and all of that. You don't need to listen to everybody doing what they're doing. Like, wait it out. Things are gonna be okay soon, right? Can't be like this all the time.
No. It's not going to go back like before.
Yes,
but it definitely
progressively
will be better
we're
than
going to work towards a better world, equitable, just, and sustainable. And we're going there. We're gonna do it, okay? But we have to keep that positive faith and happy thing going, okay? So that way we can fuel each other. Because this is going to take a battle, and it can be a very nice, good communication, let's civilize people, right? But we'll see.
Coño, you made me...
No, but I'm saying, like, it's going to be like a equity and building a circular economy within an online website.
It's an amazing... I had a sneak peek early. I didn't see everything though, like the final result working. I didn't see that. I saw way before, but I'm very excited. It's gonna be
Me too. I'm
awesome.
so excited. I hope you guys like it. Please leave me feedback. It will be very lovely. I love you.
Yes.
Thank you. This was really hard. It took me a whole year during a pandemic to do.
Oh, it did. This woman worked,
but
like...
I hope it helps a lot of people. And
she's amazing. This woman is powerful, guys. Like, seriously, I really appreciate you and everything you do.
Thank you, Michelle.
You're
I appreciate you.
welcome.
Thank you much. And thank you guys. I appreciate you. Thank you for listening to the podcast. Thank you for being there, supporting and stuff. It feels nice. I feel love. I feel the love. Thank you so much.
I feel the love too.